So I was having kind of a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, and we were just chatting back and forth about how she would like to go skydiving, and I told her about a time that I went years ago, and I loved it. So that's why I did a painting of Digit skydiving. So it's you'll find it in There Once Was a Kitty Named Digit. That's the right one, and it's the first one of the children's books. And when I went skydiving, it was the first time, and here in Colorado, I believe you still have to, but at the time when I did it, you had to have a tandem. So until you became a certified skydiver, and then you could jump and skydive wherever you wanted to, and skydive all over the world, actually. And so I went with the guy who was my brother-in-law at the time, and he was a certified skydiver, but he wasn't certified. He hadn't made enough jumps to be my tandem. So I had a tandem who was the guy that was strapped to my back. This guy was a great big kind of a bear of a guy, and he was the perfect one to help me, that day. And so you go through like an hour or so of videos ahead of time, like a movie you have to watch, and sign all kinds of releases, and they tell you, all the safety things to be aware of, and to kind of help allay your fears, but also help you understand that there's, lesser chance of injury or being hurt than, so many other things. So it's a remarkable thing to do. So if you ever get a chance to do it, I loved it. I wanted to become certified, but it was more money than I had at the time, and it was more time than I had. It was more, the time expenditure would have been a lot more than I was able to do at the time also. But it was so much fun. And when I did it, the chutes were the great big round chutes. And so the first time, I was so excited, and I wasn't really nervous, or I didn't think I was, until we're sitting in this small plane, and you get up to about, I forget how high you get up, but you get up above 12,000 feet or so in the air, and altitude. And then the plane was very small, so there were maybe 6 of us in the plane, and then there was a pilot that was just that tiny of a plane. And so he circles up like this and just keeps going up and up and up and up and gets to a certain point. Then it's time for us to jump out. So you keep your hands like this. You don't grab the door as you go out, otherwise you go tumbling out. And to prove that I did it, there's a video of me doing it. And so I wasn't real nervous until I saw my brother-in-law jump out. And he was, he's crafted at it. He's done it for many, many times, hundreds and hundreds of times. And he kept getting smaller and smaller, and I went, kind of the look on Digit's face here. So I was doing that, and it was then my time. And so, my tandem said, okay, let's get up to the door, and don't grab hold of the door. So I didn't, and we went out, and he said, be sure you wave your arms, so that the videographer below you, will catch you. So you get out there, and you're free falling at 120 miles an hour. And I couldn't wave my arms, so all I did was do this. You can't see my arms right here, but I was doing this. I just went like this. And the videographer is upside down, and he hasn't pulled his chute yet, and he's just got his video camera, and he's upside down shooting me, and I was just like, wow. And so then he went off to the side and lifted, pulled the string, and the chute went open, and then same thing with me. We got to a certain altitude, and then my tandem tapped on my shoulder to let me know when that was going to be, and he showed me his watch. He had a great big watch, and he said, we're going to be jumping at this time, and he showed it to me, and he tapped on my shoulder so I would be aware, because you go from 120 miles an hour free falling to 35 miles an hour, boom, just like that. So when the chute opens, and so then we kind of you don't really realize how fast you're going, because you don't have anything to give you any perspective as to where you are. You're just falling. You feel like you can't breathe, because the air, it's just like just a huge wind, at 120 miles an hour, and you can't feel like you can't breathe. But you don't realize that you're going very fast at 120 miles an hour, because there's no comparison of anything around you that's really that high. So when he pulled the chute and we got down to 35 miles per hour, and you get closer to the ground and you see trees, you know, it looks like they're rising. You're actually coming down to where trees are or buildings. You might see those. And then you have to run when you land. And so we did. And it was amazing. It was the most exciting thing I've ever done. So the next year we went again, but we went to a different smaller airport and jumped there. And this one was behind Pikes Peak. So we live near Pikes Peak right now, but it's on the other side of Pikes Peak. We had to go to the other side. There's a valley there, and it's a small airport there. And so again, I had a tandem. We went up, everything was fine. And when it's ready to pull the chute, he taps on my shoulder, yanks, taps again, yanks, taps again, and the chute doesn't open. And I'm thinking, is he messing with me, you know? And, you know, you have to arch your back so you're just going, you know, straight down. You're parallel to the ground. And I don't know that I was screaming that time. I think I probably did the first time. But the second time, I was pretty calm. And I thought, what's going on? And then the chute opened. And then when we land, of course, we're supposed to land and run. But we didn't. We just landed like this. And a woman ran up to him and said, geez, what's going on? And so I think we probably might have been in danger, because when he came to give me my certificate at the end, he was really shaken up. And this was my tandem. He was really shaken up, and he could hardly give it to me fast enough and go. And he was really, really scared. So it could have been that I was just that close to not being here. I don't know. But it was exciting and it was wonderful, and I haven't done it since then. And I would do it again. So Digit here in the painting, it's from, you know, there once was a kitty named Digit from the first book. And the chutes that they use now are these kind of chutes. I don't know what they're called, but they're not the great big round chutes anymore. And so she's real excited, and she's just coming down. Here's the plane she's jumped from, and she's just real excited. And so that's my little Digit. So what is it that you're doing in your life that you're just so excited to do, but maybe it just takes you way outside your comfort zone? And it might be something that you really would love to do, but oh my goodness, can I possibly do that? You know, kind of step into what that might look like. Do a little research on it, you know, talk to some other people that are doing it. You know, enjoy yourself in doing that. And take that plunge, take that jump out of the plane, whatever that metaphor for that might be for you. It might be skydiving, but it might be doing something different, taking on a new hobby, or traveling somewhere you haven't been before, or learning a new language, whatever that might be. There's all kinds of fun things, and life is filled with tremendous joy and excitement of what we can do all the time. And so go live well. Go be excited. Go take that inspiration that you're really looking to do and step into what that is, and know that you've got the support with people who are very capable of helping you, whether it's a tandem, whether it's somebody on a team of people that can support you, whether it's family members, or if you're just so sure you can just take this jump yourself and take that big leap. Go for it. Go for it. Have a good time. And know that you've got everything within you. It's all within you to do what you're really desiring. So until I see you next time, just know we're all in this together. We just all do it different ways, but we are all in this together. And I send you gobs of love.